All right. Hello, hello, hello. Check, check. One, two. Just double checking, making sure that we are live. I close my window for some reason. That's always fun as well. Let me make sure that that worked. Okay, cool. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Welcome back to our Monday night online mic, aka our stay at home open mic. My name is Richie, and we're coming to you live and alive from the 915 El Paso, Texas. And this is a little corner of the internet where we've been doing an online show every Monday since April of 2020. And like any other open mic, if you want to perform, all you have to do is sign up. There is a link to sign up in the description of the video. We have a lot of regulars, and we have people joining us from all over the country, all over the world, thanks to the magic of the internet, Zoom, and YouTube. Of course, we are based out of the El Paso, Texas area region, and we do have shows throughout the week, throughout the month that you guys can check out. And this week, we do have a few shows, so I'm going to give a couple of plugs for that in case you are in the area and want to come visit us in person. Tuesday nights, we are in downtown El Paso on San Antonio Street. We work with a network of bars, primarily Mona Bar and Rosewood. Every now and then we get sent to Brunette, which is their basement venue. This week we're going to be at Mona Bar for our Anything Goes open mic. That is, if you have any kind of performing art that you would like to share, including even just dance, theater, if you have like a one act play or something, a short play, a monologue, improv, anything really, come through. Sign up starts at 8 p.m. Show starts after 9. That's hosted by Dorimar. Wednesday, we have Writers Night at Proof and Press. We're coming fresh off of our 1 year anniversary, which is always a whole lot of fun. This week, the writing workshop returns. So if you want to come bring a piece to workshop, that starts at a little around 7. We let people kind of get into the room, get settled in, situated, and of course we have a writer's mic after 9. And then Thursday is a little up in the air. We might have our East Side open mic at Rally Point, but don't. That's not confirmed yet. It actually might be moved later into the month. The tough thing about doing open mics everywhere, all throughout the month, is sometimes there's scheduling issues. So we're trying to figure something out right now. But the best way to be kept up to date is to follow us online on Instagram, Facebook. We do have a Google Calendar of all of our events that you can subscribe to. And you can find all of these in our link tree as well as our website, BWOMS.com. But without further ado, let's go ahead and kick things off. Also, want to give a shout out to people tuning in. As always, if you are in the live chat, you are our audience. Online, we can't see who's there listening, watching, which does sound kind of scary now that I think about it. No, but it's cool. It's nice to know when people are tuning in. So say hello in the chat. I see that we got Chris in the house. Cool. Taco Bell Chris. I wonder who that could be. Samuel Wilson. Hello. Greetings, friend. You've been here like since the first year. We've been doing this. It's good to see you. We got Kit in the house as well. We got Ed hanging out who's going to be reading as well. Yeah, just say hello in the chat. Feel free to leave comments. I'll give you guys shout outs throughout the show. Otherwise, this is a platform for people to share their writing, whether it be new, something that they found in an old notebook and dust it off and want to just see what it sounds like. Read out loud. If you want to do some music, a cappella, instrumental, combine them in a song, whether it be original or even a cover. We also welcome cover poems, cover pieces, because it's a cool way to introduce a new writer to a wider audience, and that's always cool. And of course, all the performers, please share your social media pages. So if you have a link tree, YouTube, anywhere where you sell your work, or just you want to share your journey, like your social media, please share that before or after you perform. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and go a little north of here. We had this conversation in the green room before we started the show, but we're going to kick things off in Littleton, Colorado, with David Latif, who's got some poetry. So, David, when you are ready, the stage is yours. Thanks for kicking it off. Welcome to the show.
Thanks a bunch. I figured yesterday was International Women's Day, so I'm going to read a poem that I wrote about femininity and then read some poems by women because I feel like that's important. So this first one is one that I wrote called On the Tips of Your Toes. The thing that always frustrated me about ballet was that men never had to stand on point to balance on their actual toes in a silk box of a shoe, the kind my mother said permanently reshaped her feet, that she would beat against her bedpost, partially because it broke them in, literally, but mostly because she hated the damn things. Men are always allowed to use their feet in a manner that fits with their everyday functions. They may stand on what we call tiptoes, but that's a misnomer. You are on the balls of your feet in a way that is normal for feet to do. Femininity, as choreographed by patriarchy, requires you to break yourself, stand in ways your ancestors never had to, while the men get to stand like human beings. I understand that masculinity, like ballet, is still not a walk in the park, but if you're such a tough man, then put on those sinister slippers. Stand on your fucking toes. This next one is a favorite of mine by Emily Dickinson. We just had the time change, and this poem always speaks to me of what it feels like to deal with seasonal affective disorder. It's poem 320. There's a certain slant of light, winter afternoons, that oppresses like the heft of cathedral tunes. Heavenly hurt it gives us. We can find no scar, but internal difference, where the meanings are. None may teach it any. 'Tis the seal, despair, an imperial affliction sent us of the air. When it comes, the landscape listens, shadows hold their breath. When it goes, 'tis like the distance on the look of death. This last one I'm going to do is by Franny Choi and her wonderful book, The World Keeps Ending and the World Goes On. Um, this book is called Celebrate Good Times. The regime is having a birthday party, so we turn off the lights and pretend we're sick. All night, happy Americans honk their horns. We did it, they scream into our window. In the morning, we is all over the floor. We sweep we into a paper bag and label it emergency. The good news is that things will go back to the way they were, which is also the bad news. Meanwhile, I cut an onion, and it's onions all the way down, and that's a fine reason to cry at the sink on a Monday after the Empire congratulates itself on persisting again. No, thank you. I'm stuffed. I couldn't possibly have more hope. I haven't finished mourning the last tyrant yet. I haven't said enough goodbyes to, oh, what was her name? And hers. How many we's did they cut out of me? And whose country was I standing on the last time we survived? Thank you. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to head to bed early because I mistakenly, in a moment of autistic panic, was like, oh, yeah, an 8:30 doctor's appointment is totally fine. I can do that. I shouldn't have done that. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Take care. You can follow me on Substack at Poetic Universal Friend and Instagram on the same thing. Richie has all the links. He'll put them in chats. But yeah, thank you. Take care. Be appreciative of the women and femmes in your life because shit's rough in a patriarchal world. Anyway, thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, David. David, go. I will place those links in just a moment. And speaking of Substack, April, it's poetry month and it's getting closer to April, and I think once again we're going to do our 30 for 30 on Substack. So if you guys want to be submitting work, we'll be publishing people who submit the work to us. It was kind of fun to see who joined in for the journey, and people, there's no obligation to do all 30, but if you write something on a specific day, then come be part of that challenge. It's kind of fun to look back on. You can look at all of our submissions from last year on our BWOMS Substack. You can also follow David, and you can also follow our next performer. We're gonna come back to El Paso, Texas, where we got Ed Gonzalez Jedi, another Substacker. So Ed, when you are ready, the stage is yours. Yo.
Hello. Happy Monday. Um, Other than that, remember the BWOMS t-shirts? They come in a whole bunch of different colors, and you can use a link tree. I think that's how I got mine. I'm doing a little shuffling around while I was until Saturday when I found out that gravity is real. It's a real thing. And if you don't be careful, it's gonna hurt like it does with me. Only when I breathe, I'm good. Okay, happy Monday. Thank you, BWOMS. Y'all make Mondays great. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. My first piece is actually a Tumblewords from last Saturday. It was a really, really interesting one. I'm still writing on a lot of that stuff by the great Robin Schofield. And this one is entitled Inscape. What first came to mind was back in California, we did our best to keep our children entertained, but it was greatly enhanced by our environment. We sometimes would take a bike ride to the park. There was plenty of dogs all the way around, and they all wanted a scuffle. But I did notice on the weekends, we would load up the Studebaker and head down to Beach Boulevard. And at the end of Beach Boulevard was the dog beach, my favorite, even when we didn't bring the dogs. People would use their leash to bring the dogs down to the shore. Then off with the bindings. They would run in packs up and down the beach while we set up snacks for the kids and for the dogs. While they all ran, it wasn't internal for me, as once my tasks were done, I was left to contemplate. And I mostly thought of, and I wish that the people were the same. We could leave our jobs and our daily crap at home, and we'd go to a place where we could all run and commingle together with our racial and gender issues. We would just be animals. We were. That always brought a smile to my face, as we would either go to Green Burrito or In-N-Out Burgers. I think y'all should noodle on that. Okay, this is a piece. I wrote a short piece. My friend Paul, he from time to time, depending on how many drinks he has, talks about the old days, and he had some questions for me too, which is funny. This was entitled Rose Parade. I sit here finishing a cake donut and an espresso. And while watching the parade, I was noticing landmarks along the way while watching the Rose Parade. When I was younger, it was a yearly tradition to go to the parade a day before to secure a good spot on the sidewalk for viewing on the first. The next year, we met up with friends with an RV, much nicer than laying up on the hard, cold sidewalk. Much cushier digs for sure. But once in my college, my friends came up with a more excited and stupider form of entertainment. We would pick a form of intoxication and run the streets until morning with the rest of the crazies. Then we would head home and watch the parade on television. Now living in Texas, my family's still in California, share videos of them driving up and down the parade route on Colorado Boulevard, having silly string battles and flinging shaving cream at each other, at other cars and the people on the street. It looks like so much fun. And speaking of me falling, this one is entitled Bean, and I'm dedicated to Avery, one of my daughter's best friends. She had a bad fall, and she is now, I guess, discussing things with our Creator. For Avery, embrace every moment monstrously. No one knows how things will change. Through my many years, it is a different perspective from tripping on the ground to be face to face with the concrete floor of the football pitch. And my brain kicks in and says, get up, Ed, but crawl first because there's blood and spit on the floor. When I got up, I thought, well, this could have been so much worse. It got me thinking about my daughter's best friend, who had a fall, which contributed to her passing. No joke, gravity is a real thing. And next time you are down, get up, because you have more to do in this life. Until then, take some deep breaths, center yourself, live in the present. You, me, her, they are all valued. Okay. And this one I'm going to read because it's one of my favorite, from one of my favorite books and one of my friends. Uh, Cassie Hogan Pettinato, The Stages of Stuttering. Good Friday. I ripped out all the pages of my journal. Each page sounded like a Band-Aid coming off, and my daughter looked at me with worried eyes. As I said this, ouch, 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 she said, ouch, to unanswered prayers, prophecies still waiting for birthdays, visions, dreams misinterpreted, poems, writing, and the inspiration of God. I tore out all the treasures I swore I would take with me through the fire. 12 years of devotion gone. I had done this once before, and after the sinner's prayer, I threw all my scholarly treasures in a trash bag and replaced my walls with Bible passages and the promise of God. I'm converting back to myself and what I do and what I am to do. What, what, what am I to do but to go back where I started? I had started where I left off. I hear dogs. I don't see them. They alarm me at night, in the night. I know it's you coming through my window. Cassie Petitano. Okay. And I'm also on Substack, Ed Gonzalez Jedi on Substack. I want to thank BWOMS, Richie, and Kit. And always remember to take time for yourself every day, even if it's just a few centering breaths. You are all valued. Peace and love.
Awesome. No, thank you as always for the words, Ed. Appreciate it. Yeah, shout out to Cassie Olin Petinato. She's got the new book coming out. That's super exciting news. 5 Stages of Stuttering. Thanks for bringing that one back into the rotation. Again, welcome to the online show. If you're just getting here, presented by the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. If you want to sign up and perform, I think there's still room on the list. But we got plenty of people, so we're going to go and keep moving this along. We're going to ping pong a little bit from back to the Denver area, where we've got Mike Sindler, who usually kicks it off, but always rocks the mic, because he is Mike. All right, without further ado, take it away, my friend.
Okay, thank you, and great to be here. I will automatically put up my lighthousewriters.org thing for people to check out because it's a wonderful place full of all kinds of great classes and workshops and whatever. It seems like our Denver area poets on either side of the big boulevard had the same idea. So I'm just going to actually shut the hell up with my own stuff and just read some things by great women poets. And I'm going to start with Kindness by Naomi Chiab Nye. Before you know what kindness really is, you must lose things. Feel the future dissolve in a moment like salt in a weakened broth. What you held in your hand, what you counted and carefully saved, all this must go so you know how desolate the landscape can be between the regions of kindness. How you ride and ride thinking the bus will never stop. The passengers eating maize and chicken will stare out the window forever. Before you learn the tender gravity of kindness, you must travel where the Indian in a white poncho lies dead by the side of the road. You must see how this could be you, how he, too, was someone who journeyed through the night with plans and the simple breath that kept him alive. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow. You must speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrows and you see the size of the cloth. then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to gaze at bread. Only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, "It is I you have been looking for," and then goes with you everywhere like a shadow or a friend. Okay, and the second one I'm going to do is the great Diane DePrima, who Kit shared a lot of stuff with us the other day. Not sure if this was one of them. I don't think so. It's Revolutionary Letter number 1. I've just realized the stakes are myself. I have no other ransom money, nothing to break or barter but my life, my spirit measured out in bits, spread over the roulette table. I recoup what I can, nothing else to shove under the nose of the maitre d' jeu, sorry. Nothing to thrust out the window, no white flag, this flesh all I have to offer to make the play with this immediate head, what it comes up with, my move as we slither over to this go board, stepping always, we hope, between the lines. And I'm going to end with one by Annie Dillard, who is way less popular than she should be, in my opinion. She's just one of my big favorites. And this is Quatrain of the Body's Sleep. I lure sleep. I bait sleep in with my white throat. I pretend to be asleep. Then everything happens at once. Sleep wraps me round in his dim coat. I weep. You leap from your corner and dance. Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Oh, shoot. Thank you. Sorry, I kind of missed the transition there. I'm so sorry. Mike Sindler, everyone, give me a second here. Out of Denver. And as always, I mean, thanks for plugging the Lighthouse Writers. I mentioned it, I think, in a previous show that one of the co-founders of BWOMS is in the current faculty there. So, and they're always offering workshops. One bit of advice I say is if you live in a city, check out your local writing organizations, all the clubs, the groups, the workshops, and take part in it. You know, all the generative stuff. But yeah, sorry, I'm a little discombobulated here. It's a Monday, and I was a little distracted. But right now, we're gonna get back into the show. And after Mike, we have, let's see, I don't think Doc is here. He didn't make it. Okay. In that case, we're going to switch it up and get some music. Joining us from BD Recording Studio. And it's been kind of a while, I feel like, because I do remember the channel for sure. We got Jameson Johnson going to share some music, or Josh Johnson. I don't know what to go with, man. I don't know what to go with, but when you're ready, go ahead and take it away. Welcome back to the show.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, like stage name is Jameson. I don't know, kind of like to do my music sometimes in case I might offend somebody. And I try not to make my music offensive whatsoever, ever. But I don't know, just a little pseudo character. But we appreciate you guys. And we're out here, Central Paso, and here's a little something for you guys. Everyone laughed at a joke, yeah, as if they never even heard it before. Maybe they were truly amused, yeah, but every word she spoke was a bore. And maybe it was because they had seen, yeah, the previews on the TV screen. Well, this part is good and that's well understood, so you should laugh if you know what I mean. But it's all relative. Even if you don't understand, well, it's all understood. Especially when you don't understand, then it's all just because. Even if we don't understand, let's all just believe. Everyone knows what went down, yeah, 'cause the news will spread all over town. In fact, is only what you believe, yeah. But fact and fiction work as a team. It's almost always fiction in the end. The content that begins to bend, but the context is never the same. But it's all relative. Even if you don't understand, well, it's all understood. Especially when you don't understand, let's all just believe. I believe. I was reading the post, yeah, or maybe it was a TV screen. Suggestions on what you should buy, yeah, trying to tell you what you need to believe. Well, I read somewhere that you got to beware. You can't believe everything you see. Snapchat got filters and TikTok's a killer, so you don't even question if you know what I mean. But it's all relative. Even if you don't understand, well, it's all understood. Especially when you don't understand, let's all just believe. I believe. Thank you very much. That's a Jack Johnson cover, and just the coincidence that my name is Joshua Johnson and his name's Jack Johnson, but I really like his music, and one of my musical influences for wanting to learn and play the guitar and sing. But yeah, shout out to Beta Recording Studio, and it's a good friend that lets me come over here and goof off, and we have a bunch of guitars and ukuleles and bass guitar, and we just kind of have a good time. But some good old boys over here. So this is going to be a cover again too. I have some of my own music also, but for you guys, I'm just going to do some covers. The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed I'd meet someone like you. I never dreamed I'd lose someone like you. No, I don't want to fall in love. I don't want to fall in love with you. With you. What a wicked game to play, to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say, you never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. And I don't want to fall in love. I don't want to fall in love with you. What was on fire, no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire never dreamed I love someone like you. I never dreamed I'd lose someone like you. And that's it. That's what I got for tonight, guys. But I really appreciate your time, just supporting. But thank you guys very much. BD Studio. This is. Oh, this is Rich right here, and this is his studio.
Hey, what up?
Hey,
Awesome.
Mitch.
Yeah, this
Love it,
is
love it.
Next time you get to do a song too.
You can catch us on YouTube at Beatty's Music Studio.
BD Music Studio. Awesome. We'll share that link. Thanks for coming through. And hey, Rocket, get off.
What did
Sorry.
you found it? Was it kind of ragged out or?
Well,
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Josh Johnson, Jameson Johnson, all the J's there. I made a comment there. Stanley Fever Dream. He loves those alliterative names there. No, it sounded great. Welcome back. Always fun to have you guys jump in and play a little music. It looks like our next musician isn't in the room yet. So in that case, we're going to go to Greenfield, Massachusetts, where we have Storm. There's a Storm brewing. So Storm, when you're ready, go ahead and take it away. Welcome back to the online mic. Hello, hello.
Okay, hi everybody. So I'm going to start out with my cover, and once again I'm putting on the Burning Earth hat. This is definitely a Burning Earth poem, and I too have chosen to dedicate the pieces I'm doing tonight to International Women's Day. Okay. Words from a Nikita Gill poem. Starts with a quote. Every bombed village is my hometown. James Baldwin. And every dead child is my child. Every grieving mother is my mother. Every crying father is my father. Every home turned to rubble is the home I grew up in. Every brother carrying the remains of his brother across borders is my brother. Every sister waiting for a sister who will never come home is my sister. Every one of these people are ours, just like we are theirs. We belong to them, and they belong to us. God, if I could just rub a salve over my life and ease this pain and aching, how much longer can I exist, unknowing what benefit the future? I feel such crumbling inside and throughout this world as I would have known it or desire it to be. If I could just soothe deeply this despair and loosen the muscles around lungs and heart, would that be enough to stop me from waking in the morning crying? Conditions. I seek poems, she said, which burst like bombs, exploding all mores, leaving the reader stunned and crying to be shown what other changes they can make. Don't give me poems of sunsets unless they too are on fire, inflamed by conditions of everyday life, or flickering ominously behind the line. For Judy on the radio. I wrote this quite a while ago. Some of the facts aren't exactly true to my life at this time, but the overall content is such that it's still a worthwhile poem to read. For Judy on the radio. I hear your voice often, rich with support for your sisters from your sisters. I rejoice at your strength and wonder if you still have time to play the dulcimer, to try and make music with drops of water. Do you remember when you and I and my sister Hannah went down to New York for a Pete Seeger concert, and how, after trying for hours to find a place to camp in some of New York's richest suburbs, we ended up at a police station, hoping they'd know of some place or let us use their parking lot? They told us of a park no one patrolled, and we went there and slept without worrying about rapists, thieves, or vandals, or bothering to hide our car. We'd have to do things differently now. Every day I pass a wall marked with an X, and quote, women are still being raped, end quote. There are several more like it in town. I have known several people who have been accosted, and every woman has more than one story of being hassled at work or in a bar. Now I too fear footsteps behind me at night and seek to anticipate their intention. The slightest crinkling of paper becomes a knife unfolding. I search my pockets for protection and watch out for unlit alleys. The door to my apartment is always locked. I am more weary of police, knowing that my politics are on file and my face has been recorded many times. When I hear strange clicks on the telephone, I joke that agents are changing the tape, yet I cover the receiver as I laugh. Years apart have left us strangers. This is just to let you know that I am listening, that I too am working for peace and liberation. Melting pot. The woman in the next apartment is singing happy birthday with a Chinese accent, listening to country and Western music, and giving her kid a G.I. Joe doll, which was made in Japan. It's time to thank the women. That's not correct page. Where'd the marker go? Sorry, I think I pulled out the. Somehow my marking is not what it should be, so I will just sing the chorus unless I can quickly find it. Oh no, here it is. It's on the back of it rather than the front. Phew. It's time to thank the women who helped to form our lives. Time to celebrate them as workers, lovers, wives. It's time to thank the women for all that they have done. Time to give them credit and their place beneath the sun. So thank you, Nancy, Jessica, Pamela, Grace, for the strength of your healing embrace. And thank you, Juanita, Rana, Kalinda, and Chase. We're glad you're all part of this race. We're grateful you've labored and mothered so long. We're grateful you taught us to dare to push on. We're grateful you're fighters, marchers, and writers who've struggled to get us to here. We're grateful you're teachers and wives Sorry, we're grateful you're teachers, midwives, and weavers, and women of every career. It's time to thank the women who helped to form our lives. Time to celebrate them as workers, lovers, wives. It's time to thank the women for all that they have done. Time to give them credit and their place beneath the sun. So thank you, Lily, Sweet Fawn, Amanda, and Sue, for the caring and sharing you do. And thank you, Nisa, Nicole, Muriel, Lonnie Drew. The world's truly brightened by you. It's time to thank the women who've helped to form our lives. Time to celebrate them as workers, lovers, wives. It's time to thank the women for all that they have done. Time to give them credit and their place beneath the sun. It's time to thank the women for all that they have done. Time to give them credit and their place beneath the sun. I wrote the song in 1982, and we still haven't passed the ERA, Equal Rights Amendment.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Storm. And as always, please feel free to share your links to your projects in the chat. We'll forward them, condense them. We
Yep.
can.
Yep. People's Music Network, Songs of Freedom and Struggle, online in the physical, 320 plus members, 47 years of existence. More information in the chat. And Daily Antidote of Song, been going for 2,162 days, most of which are archived online. Happens every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year on Zoom, 12 noon Eastern. Also more info in the chat.
All right. Thanks so much. All right. We're going to go ahead and keep this thing going. First of all, do you want to give a shout out to Sheslaw, New York in the house? Welcome to our online mic, the live chat. Welcome, welcome. Also, shout out to new subscriber, Florisella. Welcome, welcome. All right. But let's see. Where are we going to go next? Some people aren't here in the room, but we're going to go ahead and come to El Paso for our next performer. We got Robin Schofield up next. So, Robin, happy Monday. When you're ready, stage is yours. Hello, hello.
Hey Richie, hey everybody, happy Monday. I'm gonna read a few political poems, well, a couple of political poems that are already out of date, even though I didn't write them that long ago, about, yeah, in January, yeah, so they're already out of date. Never such innocence again. I am sorry, Ben Franklin, that we could not keep the Republic. We elected your worst nightmare come true, a low-life grifter turned huckster, turned politician, running our republic into the ground. It's not like he works or reads anything. This fat Gatsby governs by whim and decree, dictator of social media. Even the crook Nixon was restrained by the courts. Now the Supremes have upheld this fraudster's alternate reality. No consequences for the lawless as long as you are rich and not a Venezuelan fisherman. And this one is, I wrote it after reading, I modeled it after Monet's Water Lilies by the great Robert Hayden. You may know his poem, Those Winter Sundays. Well, he's got a lot of great poems. So this is mine. It's called Weighing the Fruits. The Somali people, Minneapolis, Nigeria and Venezuela, oil profits. All the African ambassadors withdrawn. Venal racism, the kind I didn't have to fight, smokes like a refinery. A reasonable Methodist, my father, was the liberal judge who fought that battle and won, I thought. At the grocery store, I can't live, outraged yet numb all the time, trying to decide between apples and tangerines, whether the mangoes are too green, while the fascists trample on our Bill of Rights. I don't know what's right or right, whether I'm wounded or not yet. I watch the news on various devices. I will slide my debit card into the slot and type my secret code for the fruit, milk, yogurt, pet food, and cereal. Coffee has doubled in price, tariffs and climate breakdown added in. I weigh the blushing mangoes from eternal summers in Mexico or Brazil. I put my hopes and fears on the scale. Fruitless, they don't move the needle. I place the tangerines to weigh the joy of the world each of us has lost. Okay, now I'm going to read this one because I want to, and it's called La Lechuza, Owl Woman. And it's kind of an ekphrastic poem. It's after El Fantismo del Pueblo, a mural by Pedro Martinez in 1939 in Bellas Artes in San Miguel de Allende. No noise of wings before the struggle begins, as they lasso the devil with a woman's face from stances on wide feet. Los vaqueros roar, ropes whipping the air into spirals. Los vaqueros try to trap the laughing owl woman, white-haired. The silence of her black wings confounds them in their previously orderly and ordinary pueblo, with its chickens, goats, and gardens, the brave mare rearing up, unswerving in the face of a screech from the other side of night. The poblanos spill from the baskets, pilgrims escaping the wrath of God. The women made fearful of desire. The giant owl's silent wings cloak the sun. The only light burns from her 16 talons. Heaven is a stormy place, tornadoes of angelic choirs touching down. Oh, do not implore the gods to come down to earth, for they will come disguised as terror. And now, in honor of Women's History Month, and International Women's Day, like David, I'm going to share a poem from Emily Dickinson. I think it's one of the mid ones, but I don't have the number for it. It makes no difference abroad, the seasons fit the same. The mornings blossom into noons and split their pods of flame. Wildflowers kindle in the woods. The brooks slam all the day. No blackbird baits his banjo for passing Calvary. Auto da fe and judgment are nothing to the bee. His separation from his rose to him sums misery. Okay, that's it. Thank you, everybody. Back to you, Richie.
All right. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate that. It's always a great set. I want to give a shout out to Chris holding it down in the chat. No Sandy today, man. If we had both of you, the chat would be popping off. But nah, thanks for sharing all the love in the chat. You can usually catch Chris at our open mics in person, including Writers Night. So if you're just tuning in, yo, we have this online mic every single Monday. But if you do live in the El Paso area, you can check out any of our in-person open mics. Every Tuesday, we're downtown on San Antonio Street, either at Mona or Rosewood or Brunette. This week we'll be at Mono Bar. Wednesday we have Writers Night at Proof and Press. So writing workshop starts at 7. Writers Night starts after 9. Check out our full calendar, BWOMS.com. But we're gonna go ahead and keep this night going, and I'm gonna take a look at the list. And next up, we're gonna drop in and say hello to Sam Hardy, joining us from Louisiana. Sam, welcome back to the show. When you're ready, the stage is yours.
Okay, all right. I've written a few poems lately, so I'm going to read my new stuff. The first poem, just 1 second, I'm sorry. I wasn't ready. I thought somebody else was next. Here we go. Okay. First poem I'm going to read is called Dust. Old boxes in the attic, tucked away, bits and pieces of a time I hardly remember anymore. Back when I held silence and smiled a lot just to keep the peace. Coated with dust, I opened one at a time, remembering when life felt small, stifled, without options. Bubble wrapped tightly, each item protected from view, from use. A lot like my voice. For years, I packed myself away in careful layers, laughing when I wanted to scream, smiling when I wanted to cry, making myself small to fit inside other people's rooms. But sometimes the contents shift in even the sturdiest containers. Just like sometimes a room can no longer contain that which needs to expand, to explore, to explode. So I unpack, I unpack, unbox, and move to a place I know I can fit. Because depth doesn't always fit inside shallow rooms. I've been doing this construction job at my house, and it's packing, consolidating a lot of boxes. So this is where some of this stuff is coming from. My next one is called Seeing the Floor. For a long time, the room existed only in piles, mixed in with dust and pieces of my past, a rubble of memories. Scattered boxes, dust, old shelving, leaning against walls like tired soldiers. I stepped carefully through narrow paths I had memorized without noticing. Today I moved one thing and then another, a broken table shaped like an elephant that once held books and small memories. When it was gone, there was floor, not much, just a corner wide enough to stand in and sweep. But suddenly I could see where the room ended and where the window began. Sometimes progress is nothing more than clearing enough space to see what has been there all along. My next poem is called Survival. Some of us spend decades thinking surviving is the same thing as living. No one tells us survival is only the beginning of the story. We spend half a lifetime learning how to breathe in rooms where we once learned to survive. We become experts at smiling when we want to cry, laughing when we want to scream, at building whole lives around silence. But sometimes the child we were is still waiting for us to return and mount a rescue. And my last one I wrote yesterday morning, it's called Ghosts. Scream on paper, write it down. That moment when the words refuse to stay inside, trapped, stifled, silence. Scream on paper, escape the muzzle placed in us all by society, upbringing, our own inner critic. Scream on paper, let out the ghosts of an over-criticized youth when we were taught, be polite, stay silent, be seen, not heard. I scream on paper because I was punished for screaming in real life, because the world rewarded quiet girls with approval and smaller cages, because paper was meant for academics, proving intelligence, not for feelings. Now my voice travels places my body cannot. I scream on paper because the world needs to hear all the ghosts trapped in my throat. Thank you.
Shoot. Awesome. Thank you, Sam. Do you want to promote your stuff really quick? Because I know you even got like a comic now.
Yeah, I've got a coloring book now, and yeah, I'll put everything in the chat. Okay, you
All
don't have to
right,
worry about it.
perfect.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much for reading and kind of looking at the comments. You know, again, give a shout out to Chris earlier. Mentions love the grounding imagery in these. So in case you miss it, because I know you like to hang on in the live chat as well. So that's something that I wanted to point out as well. Again, if you are tuning in, just say hello. It's nice to know who's tuning in and if there's a line that you like or hits you in a certain way. Also, if you are an APCC student looking for the Tejano Passport QR code, there are instructions in the description of the video. Essentially, just watch the video, watch a good number of poets and performers, and then send me an email just kind of with a synopsis. Who did you enjoy? What did you like? Did you learn anything? Or like what lines, what poems stuck to you the most and why? So very simple, and I will respond with the QR code, but we're gonna go ahead and keep this thing going. Ah, man, our next performer wrote in their genre, Sick Sad Bops, and they aren't here yet, or I don't see them, no. So maybe they'll show up in a bit, but we'll keep the night going. We are gonna come back to El Paso, EPTX, and you might see him hosting every now and then here at the online show. And if you're in El Paso, you might see him hosting at Old Sheepdog Brewery. It is Kit Wren. So Kit, when you're ready, go ahead and take the talking stick. Yo.
All right. All right. Thank you, Richie. Thank you, everyone who is here. Thank you to the folks who aren't here. I don't want anyone to feel left out. Let's see. I fear we have left reality and now live in the simulacra. Nature loves to hide and is now hidden too well. Or maybe we have. Either way, the concrete has been irretrievably corrupted by the abstract. A transient man asked me to buy him an energy drink. I offered to get him water instead, but he said fuck that and karate kicked the empty air to the right of me. Which one of us was wrong? In the store, they had natural Cheetos. Baked, not fried. Farm to table Cheetos. My laughter caught in my throat. Because Chester Cheetah himself walked down the supermarket aisle, wearing a white silken robe. He pushed a Cheeto into my mouth, saying, "Eat, for it is my body." In his left paw, he held a can of Monster Zero Ultra White energy drink. He said, "Drink, for it is my blood." With his right hand, he touched my forehead, and so marked me. And this orange circle has survived many showers since. I don't know what it means. I think I am beyond meaning. And another relatively new one. Gotta try and get new things into the, what do you call it? When Carrie called to let me know her brother was gone, I already knew. When I answered the phone already sobbing, she was at least spared from having to say it again. I think there's a part of me that felt gratified that I was on the to-do list. I do not like this part of me. The part that revels in love, that dips its fingers into the byproducts of love. Rude and unsanitary. Whether it is putting me down or picking me up, it's troubling to find that somewhere I am always keeping score. That part of me would dare say to the rest of me, "Isn't it beautiful?" she let you know. Isn't shared grief beautiful? No. I don't think it is. But the necessary things don't have to be beautiful. Love is not a purely aesthetic experience. You cannot opt out of the obligations others feel towards you. Your others will never believe you if you talk about how small you are. And this one's a crowd pleaser and will be in the fall issue of Chrysalis, racking up the wins. The robot that was supposed to do my laundry is painting instead. I feel no urge to be kind. It looks like shit. The robot is not discouraged at all by my berating him. Begrudgingly, I respect this. The robot has just downloaded the Impressionist expansion pack. His water lilies are uniformly blurred, regimentally dabbed under a mismatching Van Gogh sky. I tell him, your mother was a condom machine, and bitterly continue to darn my Daffy Duck socks. He doesn't have the language for this, but the robot is afraid. His precision is informed by his fear. His fear guides his parameters. His parameters lead his calculations toward what the most people will look at and say, oh, that's nice. I keep telling him, art is not nice. Art is not what people love. Art is what people need. And by the time they figure it out, it's gone. The first time Spring Awakening was ever staged in America, the audience burned the theater down. Now it's a fucking musical. It was dangerous. Now, through rehash, it's corny. You're corny. We're supposed to be dangerous. The robot whirs and clicks like a tape deck. He doesn't understand, but he tries anyway. Begrudgingly, I see a lesson in that. And, okay, I made it in time for my cover poem. As Michael did earlier, I'm going to do one of the Revolutionary Letters by Diane de Prima. This is probably one of my favorite poets' poetic works, this whole thing. But this is Revolutionary Letter 32. Not Western civilization, but civilization itself is the disease which is eating us. Not the last 5,000 years, but the last 20,000 are the cancer. Not modern cities, but the city. Not capitalism, but ism. Art, religion. Once they are separate enough to be seen and named art, named religion, once they are not simply the daily acts of life which bring the rain, bring bread, heal, bring the herds close enough to hunt, birth the children, simply the acts of song, the acts of power, now lost to us these many years. Not killing a few white men will bring back power. Not killing all the white men, but killing the white man in each of us. Killing the desire for brocade, for gold, for champagne brandy, which sends people out of the sun and out of their lives to create commodity for our pleasure. What claim do we have, can we make on another's time, another's lifeblood? Show me a city which does not consume the air and water for miles around it. Mohenjo-Daro was a blot on the village culture of India. The cities of Egypt sucked the life of millions. Show me an artifact of city which has power, as flesh has power, as spirit of man has power. All right. Floating back down to earth now to tell you about the Tumblewords Project in our weekly workshops that we have every, or at least most Saturdays on at 1 o'clock Mountain over Zoom. This Saturday, it's going to be our friend from Toronto, Kelly Mary McAllister, giving the presentation, and her title is going to be Tales of the Gently Used. Kelly usually sets up an ekphrastic workshop for these kinds of things. Sometimes she calls upon her expertise in dance. Sometimes she calls upon visual art. I like to know as little as possible about a workshop going in. I like to, be amongst. So I'm looking forward to it, is what I'm saying, and you should too. And then March 21st, Maria Perez will be hosting once again with The Whim of Cats. That's something we can all relate to, right? Right? And then I'll close out the month with a workshop about Maggie Smith, the great poet. So that's what's going on in the future. And we'll return to the present moment and kick it back to Richie. Take it away.
All right. Thank you, Kit. Looking at the list here, and it looks like our next performer is going to be joining us from Seattle. And as always, they sign up as Seattle's Worst Whatever. You can find them on Instagram as The Genius of Love, probably playing some bomba. So when you are ready, we'll get you here on the screen. Mahal Kita, when you're ready. Hello, hello. And after that, looks like we have Ed Poetastic followed by Tez. So just a heads up, guys, so you can be ready. All right, let me get you on the screen. What's up, man? Hey.
Hello. I'm late because what's that thing called? The daylight savings time kind of jacked me. I thought I was coming in early, but I came in late. So here we go. Can you see me? A la verga.
Yes, your screen is on. Perfect.
All right. Yeah. Here I am. So I'll do some bomba. I'll try. A few weeks, 2 weeks ago, I tried to do one, and my voice was like, I sounded like Big Bird on crack. So I'm gonna do it again, and then I'm gonna do another one. So the song's about Sale la Luna, the moon. How to say it in English? The moon comes up, and it's because I was out last summer just playing in my backyard, and there were no lights on, and the moon came up. It's like, oh, there it is. And as I said before, like 150 years ago, 200 years ago, there was no electricity, so everything was done by fire and moonlight, right? So like in all cultures up until a few hundred years ago, you always see stories and poetry, everything, and there's always reference to the moon, and there is power in it. So the first one, here we go. Sale la luna, que vendrá. Sale la luna, como antes. Sale la luna, que vendrá. Sale la luna, como antes. Una que te guía, para. Una que te guía, que me conoce. Una que te guía, para. Una que te guía, que me conoce. Sale la luna, que me da. Sale la luna, como antes. Sale la luna, que me da. Sale la luna, como Jesús. Una que te guía, que me alumbra. Una que te guía, que me conoce. Una que te guía, para. Una que te guía, que me conoce. Okay, that's it for that one. The next one I'm gonna do. The first one I did was Sika, which is the bomba beat that you'll hear mostly, and most of the areas of Puerto Rico is like the first beat that you hear and the most popular. The next one is going to be. I'll play another beat that's more for the elders and for more experienced things. I wrote this a few years ago because one of my elders had passed away. I live in Seattle and he lives in Northeast Ohio, Cleveland area. And I couldn't get back for the funeral. And he was one of the people that really guided me when I was a kid and gave me nicknames and looked out. And even after I was a kid, he's always saying, like, you need to check this, or we're over there. You need to visit our relatives over there. I've been to this place, check this. But anyway, it was a loss. And I couldn't get back. So I was just with my barril, a bomba, and I just started playing and the words came out. This came through me. Let's see. It's Se me fue muy buen amigo. So my good friend left with all of his wisdom and all that. And basically roughly translated into English. But here it goes. Se me fue mi buen amigo, hacia otros lares, yo estaré contigo, hasta cruzo manzanares. Se me fue mi buen amigo, yo no me despido, triste adiós. Se me fue, por su sabiduría, se me fue, triste tu fría, se me fue, por arenero, se me fue, triste adiós. Se me fue el amigo hacia otros lares, yo estaré contigo hasta no manzanares. Se me fue el amigo por arenero, yo me despido por tu triste adiós. Se me fue, con su sabiduría. Se me fue, desde la tumba fría. Se me fue, lloraré, se me fue, triste adiós. Se me fue mi amigo hacia otros lares, yo estaré contigo hasta cruzo manzanares. Se me fue el amigo, llora no, llora me despido con tu triste adiós. Se me fue, por su sabiduría. Se me fue, triste la tumba fría. Se me fue, llora adiós. Se me fue, triste adiós. Sorry, the vibrations knocked over the phone, but that's it.
Yeah, man. It's like to say that's not it. That's everything. And the phone might have fallen, but the music kept bumping. All right, Seattle's worst, whatever, according to him. Thanks for sharing the bomba, and I love the percussion. I love the stuff. Any plugs that you want to say?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm just like what's that thing on the Genius of Love on Instagram, and eventually I'll probably put out some music and CDs and stuff like that. But now I'm just being weird in Seattle, and I'm so glad to be here. You guys don't know, like during the pandemic, this is one of the things that's I look forward to every week, every single week when we're
Yeah.
locked down.
Yeah,
Thanks so
man.
much.
No, that means a lot. I mean, the fact that we're still going here in 2026 says a lot, you know. So
Yeah,
I'm glad you're coming back.
thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So on Instagram, that's the Genius of Love. That's TheGenenyusuviuv. That's right.
LUVV.
LUV. Oh man, I was going so smooth on that. All right. Yes, Genius of Love on Instagram. That's how it's spelled. Thank you so much for that correction. Yeah. Oh man, that Monday it turned into like our social hour too, or like some of us would stay up till like 6 in the morning just talking
Yeah,
and catching up. So yeah, thanks for reminding that. Thanks. Glad to have you, man.
thank you.
Awesome. Oh, right. Let me take a look at who's in the room. And at the beginning of his set, you did mention this, but man, yeah, daylight, that time change, you know, it definitely, I think, threw off a lot of people's clocks. And that's true for me as well. Still adjusting. But, well, let's check in with our next performer who's joining us from Washington, D.C. And I know he's here because he just typed in the chat. That's right, you can't hide. Next up, we got some jokes and poems from the one, the only, Mr. Fantastic. It's Ed Poetastic. Ed, when you're ready, go ahead and take the stage.
Thank you, my brother, for being so enthusiastic. Thank you for being so bombastic. Hey, daylight savings too. But what you have to do. But thank you. My name is Ed Poetastic. Oh, it's fantastic. Please, time you can join my rhyme. Oh, you feel sublime. All right, let's get some good old-fashioned cowboy jokes. Woo! And some pretty poems. Ready, kid?
Let's go.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Why did the cowboy die with his boots on?
I think I saw that movie. Why did the cowboy die with his boots on?
Because he didn't want to stub his toe when he kicked the bucket.
Oh dear.
How did the cowboy ride into town on Friday and ride away 3 days later on Friday?
Ooh, I don't know. How did the cow... Oh, I just got it. Because his horse was named Friday.
Yeah!
He's riding away on the horse. It's nothing to do with
smart
linear
cowpoke. I love it. That's why you were a big hit. All right. Why can't the bankrupt cowboy complain?
Oh, that's rough. Why can't the bankrupt cowboy complain?
He got no beef.
Oh dear.
Why did the bow-legged cowboy get fired?
I don't know. Why did the bow-legged cowboy get fired?
Because he couldn't keep his calves together.
They're just running in between.
That's right, partner. What sickness did the cowboy get from riding a wild horse?
Ooh. Oh, that's troubling. I don't know. What sickness did the cowboy get from riding a wild horse?
Bronchitis.
Wild horses couldn't drag me away.
Yeah, sing it. Wild horses. Why did the cowboy die with his... Yeah, I'm sorry. Wrong one. There it is. What do you call a cowboy with bad gas?
Oh. Well, this is a tricky social situation, so I want to know what you would call a cowboy with bad gas.
Darn tootin'. What did a cowboy said to the pencil?
I don't know. What did the cowboy say to the pencil?
Draw, partner.
Ah. Got him.
Badoo-douche. Why did a cowboy ride his horse?
Why did the cowboy ride his horse?
Yes.
Oh, that seems to be just in the general job description. But why did this cowboy ride his horse?
Because he was too heavy to carry.
I see.
How does a cowboy get a horse to do odd jobs around the farm?
I don't know. How does a cowboy get his horse to do odd jobs around the farm?
By paying him under the stable. This is why I do it. Oh. What advice do cowboys give?
I don't know. What advice do cowboys give?
Turn the other cheek and move on.
That's good advice. Good for them.
Who do zombie cowboys fight?
Oh. I don't know. What do zombie cowboys fight?
Deadskins.
Risky.
And what did the cowboy maggot say at the bar?
I don't know. What did the cowboy maggot say at the bar?
Give me a slug of whiskey.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
One more. Let me see if I can put up real quick. Hope I'm not taking too much time. Because you guys are so sublime. I love when you laugh at my jokes. You cowpokes. Oh, here it was. What do you call a cowboy who helps out at school?
Well, he's definitely going places in life. What do you call a cowboy who helps out at school?
The deputy head.
All right. All right, you got it, bud.
Thank you, kid. You're such a smashing hit every time you spit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're a wonderful cowpoke. All right, we are back with some poems. Woo! Sorry for my I had some coffee cake. Please forgive my my energy, but woo! Okay, this is called Re-emboggering of a Retrospect. Our minds is a projector, the movie of the reflector, the fond memories of life, the taste of sweet and strife. We were so cute and innocent, so we're nasty and ignorant. It's tough watching the vivid screens, but it's the movie of our humanity. You can remember day by day the colors of red, green, black, and gray. Those real times of colorful youth, the pains and gains had no substitute. The stories gnawing in our bones, the experiences carved in stones, the inner movie playing back, the ages seem to fade to black. The times hasn't yet left or passed. The stories aren't gone in a flash. The nostalgia is wrapped around us tight. The wisdom of fights, and delights. The movie is still going long and strong. This is a wrong to where you belong. Thank you. Okay, I got another one. A classic. This is called Bare Naked Truth. We're exposed poets. We stand naked every day. Oh, come on, you know it. One shades any day. You know it, no denying it. Our emotional full display. You have to quickly admit, we all write bare essays. Our words can really hit, fleshing out the inner gray. Yes, we're naked. Don't quit. Shine your golden ray. I know some feel sick. Show the world the way. Hope it can really click. Show away the hardened clay. Keep crushing those bricks. Help whoever going astray. Perform those emotional tricks. Make the inner trauma delay. Give backbone for those pricks. Make the thunderstorms decay. Change or form the skeptics. Acceptance. No more betrays. Support that man or chick. A shock of the colors obey. Make your personality stick. Give advice in life disarrays. Remove those small annoying ticks. Bare naked insight you betray. You're naked. Everything is okay. Okay, and this is a poem I created from our wonderful Cassie's workshop at Tumblewords. Woo! This is called Out of This World. I'm supposed to be Ellen. I come in peace. Please be at ease. I come to this planet, even I haven't planned it. I come from a galaxy far away, as my skin is covered in gray. This planet is strange. Well, I'm not used to change. What is this language I hear? I come in peace, I am sincere. He's speaking in rhyme. It's such a unique chime. Hey, human, you have time? What is this thing called poetry? Why do you smile with joy and glee? It's how humans communicate. I thought humans just debate and hate. Please tell me more behind the door. Is fueling my what's that? Oh, core. What does poetry mean to me? Free. It's like the stars in the sky or the clouds flowing up high. It's what you humans call art. Did I hit the mark or ignite the spark? We don't have poetry where I come from. Please forgive me for being dumb. Can I borrow your pointy doohickey? What? It's not slimy or sticky. Poetry is a universal phenomena with a deep kiss of euphoria. Poetry is not just language. It could be a passage, a homage. That's all I have. Time for me to go. No, Earthling. Earth isn't going to explode. No, there's no nudity or no probes. No, my fingers don't magically glow. You are a strangely odd earthling. Well, peace, and keep on writing. Thank you.
I love it when you get into the different personas, Ed. I love it. And then coming out of it, back into Ed poetastic mode. And where can the people find and support your work online?
And that is why I come here, cowpoke. But where you can find me, if you feel free, please feel free to come and support this wonderful open mic that makes the money lights to the light in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. All right. But you follow me, please feel free. My favorite's Eddie Foreman. And remember, please keep writing and don't stop surviving. If you want to feel free, you can follow me. But always remember that you're more important than you ever know. Don't stop your glow and never stop your flow. If you don't know, now you know. I love this show. And remember, life is not a contest. Never stop being and doing and feeling your best. And always say yes. Woo!
And if you don't know, now you know. Love it, man. The poem after the poems, the bonus piece. Yeah, man, thanks for joining us. We're going to go ahead. Hold on, let me take a quick look at the list here. And all right, I think we have. All right. Oh, Aaron made it and Luis made it. So we're going to get Tez up. Unless you want to. Well, our friends just got in. So we have Teso Somok joining us from Los Angeles, going to share some prose. So Tez, when you're ready. And then after that, we'll get Aaron and Luis up. So cool. What's up, man?
Hey, Richie, how's it going?
Going.
So I'm going to go in with another chapter, well, at least the start of chapter 5 of Deloria's Tribal Nation. Crossing. The line crosses overnight, spiked not with a dramatic curve that would justify an alarm banner, but with a slow certainty of accumulation. When I opened the hydrograph at 6:03 a.m., the red line sits above the upper projection band by a margin small enough to look like a rendering artifact and a steady enough to make the explanation unusable. Above, not touching, not approaching, above. The display refreshes once, twice. The line holds its position. The band remains unchanged. The model has not reinterpreted what it is seeing. Parameter sensitivity flag, sustained exceedance, sustained. The qualifier that has protected us becomes the condition that removes protection. I do not shot immediately. I enlarge the graph, adjust the scale, confirm the timestamp. The model does not show a single point above. It shows a series, a shape, a pattern that is crossed and stayed. I open the recalibration draft in my outbox. Draft, not issued. The document has been waiting for this moment without saying so. By 7:10, Martin has called the room. Not the municipal chambers this time, not the ceremonial room, the internal conference room, the oval table, the recessed lighting, the screens that remove shadow. Packets appear for the first time in days, not the public packet, the internal one. A thin stack labeled model adjustment, conditional activation. Daniel is already seated. Elena is standing at the screen with her laptop. Hydrograph projected large enough to fill the wall. The red line sits above the band. No one speaks for a beat. Martin enters and looks at the screen without expression. It held? He asks. Elena nods. Overnight and into this cycle. Daniel clears his throat as if he's about to say something that has already been decided. That's sustained, he says. Sustained. A word that has changed meanings. Martin nods once. We issue the recalibration, he says. Issue. The word gives form to the moment. It turns observation into record and record into institutional act. He looks towards me. Send it, he says. There is no tone in his voice beyond sequence. Elena steps back from the screen. We need updated language for public materials, she says. We need to be prepared for questions about why we didn't recalibrate earlier. Earlier time becomes a point of scrutiny only after it passes. Martin's jaw tightens slightly, not anger, not fear, something closer to pressure contained. We recalibrate when conditions require it, he says. Conditions require it now. Now, the room accepts it. At my desk, I open the recalibration draft and remove the word pending from the header, model adjustment, issued. I attach the updated hydrograph and the coefficient sheet. The language is lean, designed for survival. Quote, based on observed sustained exceedance of projected seasonal envelope, an adjustment to infiltration coefficient and runoff assumptions is issued effective immediately. Monitoring protocols continue. Field checks in public safety measures. The phrase returns larger than the numbers that it triggered it. I send the memo to the distribution list, to Martin, to Elena, to Daniel, to communications, to engineering, to the municipal manager's office. The document leaves my outbox and becomes fact. By 9, communication has drafted the public statement, not a press release, a clarification. Recent rainfall accumulation has exceeded initial projections. Updated modeling has been issued to reflect current conditions. Monitoring continues as planned. Safety planning remains active, exceeding initial projections. A small admission, updated modeling, a phrase that suggests competence rather than surprise. The reporter's name appears again in my inbox, not as email this time, but as a notification. Mail left. Request for follow-up comment. Communications handles it. The institution speaks with one mouth. I'll stop here.
All right, orale. You got the guitar today, man?
No, I'm not prepped up. I've been doing a lot of writing, so I've kind of been trying to focus on editing, and writing.
Any tips for all the writers out there who should be doing that too? Like me, maybe?
Yeah, Richie, man, how long is it gonna take us beating you up to get the Richie book out?
Posthumously, maybe, I don't know. That was a
No,
dark
man.
joke. That was all right, man. But any updates on the writing? I know you had some
Yes,
acceptances recently.
I have the Cobalt Poets on the 31st as a feature. Let's see, I have 2 pieces, the Altadena up here in LA, in Pasadena, the Altadena anthology, and then recently in the Vallejo, another anthology, picked up one of my garlic pieces that I did, one of my high booms, and so I think I finished this book. It's 58,000 words.
Ooh,
and I'm just kind of trying to read it to see if it sustains, and I'm gonna start trying to get it out.
all right, awesome. Well, best of luck, and again, also just like Seattle's worst, it's good to see you out here, man. Again, all right. Check out Tez's work. I'll get some links on there. And now that I'm looking at myself as a monitor, man, I need a haircut. Look at all this extra hair right here. Anyway, also I want to give a shout out to Finn Bell hanging out in the live chat. Finn Bell is a pillar in our online community, has connected so many of us, and has invited so many people to this specific show, and also does her own programming. So shout out to Finn Bell. Go follow her. What I call the extended Finn Bell verse. And she's just throwing down cool ideas in the chat as always, and then that's the fun thing. If you want to do something, throw it out there, and you'll see who you catch there with that. We're gonna keep it going. We have some music up next, and we have Aaron Atkins made it to the show. So Aaron, welcome back, man. I was afraid you were not gonna make it. Daylight's, I'm sure that the time change maybe got you too, but when you're ready, go ahead and take it away. Welcome back.
Hello, yeah, thanks. Sorry, I got a new job. Like I'm a cook at a gas station. It's at like 4 in the morning, so I've been really tired. I went for a nap and I slept a lot longer. But yeah, I got the piano today. I got this free piano that I moved into my tiny little one bed. Let me know, if the sound wise, sound alright?
Coming through. Perfect.
Great. Alright. Just gonna do 2 little ditties today. I meant to call her name, I meant to take her hand, I meant to be the same and understand what was happening in the morning between the princess and the prince. I can't be bothered now, I cannot eat or drink, I can't remember how I used to think. What was the song she sang? Oh, the evening rain, bringing the princess to the prince. It's a crystal ringing way she has about her in the day. Well, she's a laughing dappled shadow. Well, she's a laughing dappled shadow. I could hear her voice, if I could see her face, if I could have one wish, then I'd be in the place where I saw her last. Oh, the evening passed. There's no princess, just the prince. There you go. I'll do a little gospel track that I always really loved. My home is over in Jordan. Deep river, Lord. I want to cross over into campground. My Lord, he calls me by the thunder. Trumpets sound within my soul. You know I ain't got long to stay. Oh, I ain't got that much longer to stay. River, Lord, my home is over in Jordan. River, Lord, I want to cross over into campground. You know I want to cross over into campground. Oh, I think I fucking dripped something out of my nose.
Didn't notice. Didn't notice at all.
Okay, good.
Now it's on the internet forever.
Yeah, now I've brought it up, so I'm gonna rewind and see my runny nose. Yeah, that's I mean, I don't know if I have time for one more, but that was kind of all I had planned. But yeah.
Okay. I mean, next time I love the piano. That's cool. Congrats on that. You know, looking forward to more songs, compositions.
Yeah, I'll do something tomorrow. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it.
Of course. And if people want to follow you online, support your work in any way.
Yeah, I'm on I'm on Spotify as Aaron Atkins. Aaron like the rental company and Atkins like the diet, I guess. At Comedy Bad Boy on Instagram. Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Everybody have a great night. I've been enjoying the performances.
All right, man. It's always great having you. Awesome. And also, Aaron has been making our in-person open mic. So again, if you are in the El Paso region, come through. Our next mic is Tuesday. Every Tuesday we are downtown El Paso. Sign-up starts at 8. Show starts after 9. Tomorrow we'll be at Mona Bar. And yeah, so just be on the lookout on our social media for that. We're going to keep it going with the music, and we're going to tune in to Luis in Frankfurt, Germany, where it's hella early. So, Luis, when you are ready, the stage is yours. And I know when you're on because I can hear my echo. All right.
Hey, Richie.
Yo. How you doing?
Good, man. How about you? Hey, no delay.
Good. Hold on. I need to get you on the... I messed up. Hold on.
Oh, no worries. I did not know it was daylight savings. I woke up like at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what? What's going on? It's almost over.
I know.
Okay. I'm gonna sing a song by Paige France and Carla Morrison.
All the kings and queens buried in the junkyard, and every time the herald cherub sings, we rattle with the car parts. I was born to lie here patiently, be dragged on by Black Star, and you were told to glow majestically and love until your hands bleed. You stole your mother's whitest gown and swallowed like a sunbeam, and I stole your father's crusted crown. It shook us like a bad dream. They warred to lie patiently, waiting for the big swing, and you were more than dressing for a feast, and eat until your teeth bleed. On my royalty, my hand goes out to you. You look painfully true, but I saw you cry like you still laugh when you looked around. Were you looking back at a lonely love as two sprouting beans? No one's quite as bloom as they'd like to be. I would love to stay, but my work is through. I'm the truest song that was never true. No te quiero perder, que la distancia se devore nuestra miel y perdamos la fe. No te quiero tener, y cuando menos piense perderte otra vez, me duele hasta la piel. Dentro de mí semillas tengo de ti, y sin ti pueden querer morir. Quiero sentarme a llorar, sacar de adentro mil cosas que te quiero decir. Me siento tan débil sin ti. Quiero guardarme la moral, darte unos besos que quizás tengo que robar de tu boca mío. se acaba y vuelvas a querer otro sabor a miel. No te quiero tener, porque tanto te amo, comienzo a conocer la intensidad de mi ser. Dentro de mí, semillas tengo de ti, y sin ti pueden querer morir. Quiero sentarme a llorar, sacar de adentro mil cosas que te quiero decir. Me siento tan débil sin ti. Quiero guardarme la moral, darte unos besos que quizás tengo que robar de tu boca mío.
Alright, my name is Luis Camberos. You can catch my music on Bandcamp. I've been mostly active on Instagram because I'm too lazy to record. But hey Richie, hey man, thanks for always hosting. Thanks for like keeping me on here, like towards the end, man. You're awesome. All right, have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, of course. And you enjoy the rest of your day because I know it's just getting started. Luis Camberos, he does have SoundCloud and Bandcamp. I will share those in just a moment. And of course, I kind of fell behind on the chat, but a couple of highlights I want to point out. So first of all, Ed Poetastic, Finn Bell reports that you look great on TV. Just want to reiterate that in case you missed it. All right. Also, Leslie really loves the music from Aaron. Juliet needs a full album now. Aaron, I know you saw the comments there, so got to start working on that. And of course, we have another first year voice, Domo Beth, in the chat. Hopefully, you're still here. Man, we get getting some nostalgia on some people coming through, And I do want to point out that Kit reminded us in the Zoom chat just now, but Domo Beth did a cover of Hotel California. So good. We got a copyright strike. So that's a Kit reminder right there. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We have our closer, one more performer left. It's Dan the Man. So if I say his name 3 times, he summons him. Dan the Man. Dan the Man. Oh, he's here. What's up? So to close out the mic, as always, it's the one, the only, Daniel Tennessee Jr., aka Dan the Man. When you're ready, take it away.
Yep. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Before the wait, before the crash, I thought I was solid. Not perfect, just untouchable in my own way. I show up, I work, I stay consistent, and in my mind, consistency was the same as growth. I didn't ask for help. I didn't ask for guidance. I didn't listen very well. I mistook stubbornness for strength and confidence for clarity. If something didn't make sense to me, I ignored it. If something tried to correct me, I smiled and kept doing the things my way. I wasn't reckless, just uncoachable, just certain that eventually life would line up because I was putting in the work. I had discipline without direction, had momentum without meaning. From the outside, it looked like progress. It's inside, it felt like drifting. I wasn't lost, just floating, going with the flow, waiting for something to click. People would ask me what I wanted next, where I saw myself going, what my purpose was. I give safe answers, vague ones. I told myself there was no rush. Purpose? Who would come? Purpose would come when it came. I didn't realize that comfort can be a quiet form of stagnation. I was strong, healthy, moving forward, and somehow still avoiding the deeper work. The questions that don't show up on schedules or checklists, the kind you can't work out work. I thought purpose was something you found, not something you were called into. Then life interrupted my rhythm, not without a warning, not with a conversation, but with a collision that would force me to stop moving long enough to finally see. The crash didn't break me, it just woke me. That's Before the weight of my purpose, by my friend Jay Jackson, Coach Jay. Okay. Yeah, daylight savings time. Oh, good. Yeah, it ain't no crime. It's just like a silly line. Start an hour back. What a flack. Looks like no, an hour forward. But yeah, what a whack. Wish we could still without daylight savings time, which we don't want. I like mine. I like 6:30s without sunset. Well, 6:30s or between 6:30 and 7 with the sunset. I wish I was in Phoenix, Arizona. Well, a Grand Canyon State. Right now, I'm stuck in the Lone Star State. I have to cross the land of enchantment state. Okay. Well, 3 states down. 3 states west. Yeah. Well, it's nothing but the best. But, yeah. Oh. And to the International Women's Day, what can I say? Ladies represent. That's our way for International Women's Day. Okay. Still on hiatus on Instagram, so yeah. Just got my Instagram's a site and we still have the light. Okay, Richie, let's go ahead and call it a night. Richie? Where the hell is he? uh, Kit, you here?
Sorry, Dan. You started waxing winning poetic. I had to run out and grab a food order. I was like, they delivered it, and you were still going. I was like, it's taking a long time, man. So I had to run and yeah. But thanks
I'm
for
good.
thanks
I'm
for
done.
sharing. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Shout outs to everyone who performed today and a very lively live chat today. Shout out to everyone who hung out with us today. Man, yeah, no, I had a Uber Eats order, and I just like, oh shoot, I don't want it to get stolen. I better go run and grab it really quick. But again, we're here every Monday. If you guys want to join us, subscribe to our link tree because that is when you'll be notified whenever the new list goes out. I also have a new link in there, I think, where it's just like a placeholder. Until then, again, if you're in the El Paso area, come check out any of our in-person shows. Otherwise, I'll see you next Monday. Thanks to everyone who hung out with us as well, and we'll see you